Is it overrated? What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Is It Overrated? And today we tackle the question, is Call of Duty overrated? That's right. Now, Call of Duty is a video game franchise series of video games, and they come from the first-person shooter genre. FPS, baby. Obviously, Call of Duty, one of the most popular shooting games of all time, and the highest-selling FPS series. Let's talk about it. Is this franchise, are these games overrated? Alright. Now, the first game that came out was Call of Duty 1. Oh my goodness, this was way back in 2003. Old school game, I mean, my god. You know, it was developed by Infinity Ward, published by Activision. So Call of Duty has always been an Activision basically owned franchise. Now, it basically was kind of a simulation type of, an infantry combined arms warfare that, was very popular. In terms of like the World War II, that was Call of Duty. The World War II style of games, I mean, yeah, you had games like Medal of Honor, but Call of Duty was really into the whole simulation feel of the game. They had an expansion pack, United Offensive. The game was released essentially as it was more of a PC game, but yeah, there was a Macintosh version. There was even an N-Gage version, way back when the N-Gage was actually around. Alright, so that was Call of Duty 1. Alright. Next up, we have Call of Duty 2, COD 2. This was the sequel, obviously. Again, it was made by Infinity Ward, developed by Infinity Ward. Another World War game, and this was released in 2005. Okay, this was way back in 2005. Later coming out for the Macintosh in 2006. Okay. Call of Duty 3 would come out for the PC. It would also come out for like the PS2, the PS3, the Wii, the Xbox, and the Xbox 360, which was the brand new console of that time. Okay, so COD 3, COD 2, COD 1, all pretty darn good games. But at this point, the Call of Duty franchise was still relatively, it was lukewarm. It wasn't exactly a high, ultimately huge selling game. I mean, it was selling good, it was popular in the PC, but it wasn't this like household name yet. It's not like every single person was playing Call of Duty. Alright, so then Call of Duty World at War comes out, and it was just called World at War, W-A-W. It was set in the Pacific, the Eastern Front of World War II. So basically another World War II game. This one came out in 2008. This game sold 11 million copies. Black Ops came out in 2010. It's an FPS game. This was set during the Cold War and part of it in the Vietnam War. We get to the Modern Warfare series, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. This one came out way back in 2007. This is when things really started to pick up. This was when things started to get out of control. Call of Duty 4 was considered the game of the year in 2007. I mean, it really was. It was considered the best game of 2007. Incredibly popular. It sold over 13 million copies. Very popular game. It was available for the PS3, 360, and the DS. Of course, the PC, Windows. We get to Modern Warfare 2, and this one coming out in 2009. Highly anticipated game. Selling a lot of copies, as usual. The rating's not as high as Call of Duty 4. I think that they kind of, it wasn't a new game, it was just kind of more of the same, but still that same awesome presentation that Call of Duty is known for. Alright, so then we get Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, a couple of years later in 2011. Okay, this game comes out, and this game gets like an overall review scores over 95%. A lot of copies sold, obviously, but this is really when people are getting sick and tired of Call of Duty and Modern Warfare. It's still getting really high scores, getting high reviews, but alright, now Modern Warfare 3 got generally positive reviews, okay, meaning high scores. I mean, 88%, 88%, 83%, 69% for the Wii, but we know how shitty the Wii is. I mean, let's not front. 360, 88, PS3, 88, PC, 80. This one's the Metacritic scores. But still, OneUp.com gave it a A-. Game Informer, 9 out of 10. GameSpot, 8.5 out of 10. Game Trailers, 9.3 out of 10. 9 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10 from Xbox Magazine. Giant Bomb, a 4 out of 5 stars. Joystick, 4.5 stars out of 5. And even at the 2011 VGA, Spike VGAs, it got the Best Shooter Award, which is just amazing. But there's other shooters too, so... And like, this is not even mentioning the console handheld exclusive games. You have Call of Duty Finest Hour, Call of Duty 2 Big Red One, Call of Duty Roads to Victory, World at War Final Fronts, Modern Warfare Mobilized, World at War Zombies 1 and 2, the War Collection, Modern Warfare 2 Ghost. These expansion style, I mean... Okay, so the question is, do you guys think that Call of Duty is overrated? Do you think that video game reviewers give these games too high of ratings? Are people giving these games way too high of a praise? Are they selling? Are they overselling? Meaning, are people buying these games way too much, way too often, every single year? Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is coming out this year, apparently. I mean, the news is out. Black Ops 2? I mean, I understand Black Ops was popular and people enjoyed it, but do we really need a Black Ops 2 at this day and age? I mean, I'll leave this question to you guys. What do you guys think? What do you guys feel? Do you like Call of Duty? Do you want more Call of Duty? Is this the greatest first-person shooter franchise of all time? Is this the greatest game franchise ever? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the ratings. So in this video, what I want you guys to do is, obviously, if you give it a thumbs up, that means you think it's overrated. If you give it a thumbs down, it's not overrated. You don't think it's overrated. So that's how it's going to work out. Is Call of Duty overrated? Now, as far as my personal opinion on it, I enjoy Call of Duty in general. Call of Duty 3 is really good. Modern Warfare 2, I liked it. I like the presentation. I like the music, the kind of the simulated style of gameplay, the arcadey, very fast-paced feel of it. I enjoy it. Do I think it's the greatest FPS of all time? Not particularly. I mean, my personal preferences would be games like Time Splitters. I like that. I like these other games for the PS2 that people haven't really heard of. I even prefer games like Black, and maybe Medal. Medal of Honor is pretty good too. I like that. Battlefield. I like Battlefield. So Call of Duty is good, but I just don't think it's the end-all be-all of FPS. I think the main reason why they sell so many copies is because the hype. There's a lot of hype surrounding it, the accessibility, and the fact that so many people own an Xbox 360. It's become so popular for the 360. You're talking about a system that had Halo as its flagship franchise set of games. These are FPS players to begin with. These are English-speaking Western countries playing the Xbox 360. They're playing the multiplayer FPS, and then they sort of adapted into Gears of War, other shooters like that, and then Call of Duty. Obviously, Call of Duty sort of became a console popular, trendy kind of game to play too. So, but it's about the Xbox 360. That's what people need to realize. They sell a lot for the 360, not as much as the PS3. The 360 version sold like anywhere between like 11 million to 13 million of like Modern Warfare 2. For the PS3 in comparison, PS3 only sold maybe 2 or 3 million maybe. That's like, I think I'm overshooting it. I think that it's even less, maybe like 1 million. So clearly there's an Xbox 360 Western countries first-person shooter mania that's tied with it. It's a correlation of people playing FPS on the 360, games like Halo, games like Gears of War, games like Call of Duty. That's why it's so popular. Alright, so that's it. Again, let me know in the comment section. Subscribe, comment, rate. And until the next episode of Is It Overrated, stay tuned. Do not overrate. Peace.